Hi guys, so I'm rocking another t-shirt today. I got some requests on video topic, so let's make this the request video topic video. More things that work or doesn't work is like what people want to see, like this, you know, yay thick 25 kilo flywheels, you know, and shit like that. So valve springs we have talked about, but it's still a request. I don't really know why, but look at some other videos and you're gonna know that valve springs is a necessary upgrade. The 20 kilo flywheel mod, no, please don't, please, I beg you. It's what the fuck, you know, when you're going for some kind of performance in an engine, you want things to spin easy. So that's why people in the American world, like, you know, the V8, LS and shit like that, use the Underdrive pulleys, you know, because things gonna spin more easy. So with the flywheels, you of course use single mass, thin 3-4 kilo flywheels. That's what you're gonna use, right? It's no 20 kilo ones. And for you guys that run Adapterplates, you really don't have a choice. But I know there are some Polish companies, I don't really know the name of them because there are like 3 or 4 of them, and they have Adapterplates with flywheels in the kit, and those flywheels are aluminum with interchangeable friction surface. And I mean, it's a decent setup. So I mean, if you're running a cinder clutch, then you're still gonna destroy your flywheel and pressure plate. And I mean, the lifespan of a cinder clutch is like a year. So if you're gentle, you know, people trashed them in drifting competitions, in a couple of competitions. So and what happens is that the cinder clutch just bites onto the metal and rip it apart. So you have to resurface your fucking flywheel all the time and change your pressure plate. And with these aluminum flywheels with interchangeable friction surface, you can of course just unbolt the friction surface and replace it with a new one. So I mean, that's a decent upgrade. Now, I'm not a fan of the adapter plate world because I've seen too many failures of it. Now, of course, technology goes forward, and today it's made with CNC machines and people put the dowels in the correct place and whatnot. So of course today it is better than it was some years ago, but I still don't like it. I like when stuff is sitting in a way that the manufacturer intended it to do. So that's why we weld the gearboxes, so all the measurements are correct. But I mean, it's potato, you do what the fuck you want. So flywheels, use good flywheels, no fucking 20 kilo ones. And for you people that sit at home right now and gonna write on Facebook that, oh, you need a 20 kilo flywheel for the torque. Okay, you have 4, 5, 6 cylinders of diesel with 22 to 1 in compression, and you're rocking 3 bars of boost. You really think you need more torque? So yes, stop that. Don't write it. Stop. Erase it. Okay, just kidding. So, the underdrive pulleys then, because even in our world of diesel tuning, there are companies that offers underdrive pulleys, and I don't know the point in that whatsoever. So those of you that actually have some substance in this matter, please write a comment so I can understand it and the other people that are reading the posts can understand it, because in my world it's just why. There is an upgrade though for us people that like to rev our engines a lot, and it's a very complicated mod and it's not for everybody, but it is a doable mod. It's something that we don't really talk about because it's better for me to sell this shit and make money on it than you knowing how it's done. But I don't give a shit, so I'm gonna tell you. So if you want to rev your engine like 7,500 RPM, you're gonna have some issues with oil. And I mean, we rev a lot and we use standard shit and it works. But if you're gonna do it for a long time and you're gonna rev 7,000 plus and you want a little bit safer oil pressure, you can cut an M104 crank hub sprocket thing. I don't really know the name, but we talked about this before. The sprocket that drives the chain for the cams and the chain for the oil pump. You cut it in half, so you get the oil pump gear loose, and you do the same with your 606 one, and you match these together. Or is that how it's done? Because something else. No, this is a long time ago I did this, but I'm pretty sure that the tooth count for the cams is different, so that's why you have to cut it in half. Anyway, that's how you do it, because we've done it before and we cut it in half. So you cut it in half, and the sprocket for the oil pump is a tooth less. So that means your oil pump gonna spin a little bit slower. Not much, but a little bit. And you know, the difference between cavitating and not cavitating is about one tooth. So you can rev a little bit more safe. So cut it in half, weld it together, put it on the engine, happy days. Of course you need a chain with one link less. But one link less is easy, because if you have a split chain, you just cut one link off. It's worse when you're gonna put the link on. So that's a very good upgrade for us that revs a lot. So we talk about flywheels, and we talk about underdrive pulleys that I don't understand, and we talk about oil cavitation. That's good. And people are asking about crankcase ventilation, and it's a new I don't know the word in English. Short, you know, when you CCV, yeah, what the fuck is called? So crankcase ventilation, and I never seen the CCV before, so I just, what the fuck is this? But it's crankcase ventilation. And how do we do that? You know, it's a lot of people just run a hose from the head and out to air and be done with it. And we have done that in a lot of engines, but it is a difference. You know, a built engine will not ventilate, or hopefully not. And an old engine, as most of you guys use, it might be ventilating, and if you just take a hose and put it to air, you might, you know, get oil everywhere, and that's not fun. You know, the engine bay should be clean and nice, and it should be a happy place, because when you pop the bonnet, you're gonna feel proud of what you've done, and you're never gonna be proud when it looks like shit. So what is the best upgrades for the crankcase ventilation? So if you take the hose and just put it to the turbo intake, you're gonna suck the oil out of the engine because you're boosting 3 bars. So that's not a good option. And you can do it the simple way. You can take that hose and you can put it to the turbo intake, but you can also make a hole in the hose so you don't get all the suction from the turbo. But I mean, it's a bit of a hack. So buying a catch can that has this feature in it. So you can put a hose from your turbo intake to the catch can, and you can from the catch can take a hose to the head, and there's also an open port in the catch can. And that means you're gonna have a little bit of suction, but not a lot. And that's very good, because you need something to help the crankcase ventilation, to aid it, I think is the correct term. So to aid crankcase ventilation, but not too much. So this is a good option. And you put some steel wool, is that the name, in this catch can, and it's happy days. So I think that's the best option really for the crankcase ventilation, to do it properly, because you will not have oil squirting everywhere in the engine bay, and you know it's hassle-free. I don't know what to talk about more. You know, it's pretty hard, because when I don't choose the topic myself, I don't really have the inspiration to find what I'm not a fucking professional at this. I don't know. So you know, for me, I don't have a script. I don't have anything. I just read the comments, and then I make a video. We can talk about rods, bearings and stuff like that, piston rings, but I think that's for another video, because that's a topic that I know a lot about, and I have hands-on experience, and that's going to be a better video than this one. But this is for you guys. You ask these questions, and I hope I have straightened a few question marks, or at least one. I don't know. But see you later. I love you all. Bye bye.